Welcome back to another episode of Milo and Richard Cook. Today we will be making Mother's Day cakes.
Right, we've got our kilo of fondant and we need to soften it so that we can roll it. And it will take the warmth from your hands a little bit, and the action of moving it around also helps to soften it. That's nice and soft. We don't want it too soft, right? Because otherwise too soft is a bit of a problem for us. And we're now going to roll out the fondant. We're going to use a little bit of corn flour to help it stop to stick, and not very much. All right. So we've got a smooth polycarbonate rolling pin.
Very smooth.
Right, and the way it works is we make one pass and come back.
And don't roll the edges off.
Yeah, and do not do this, please, because you end up with ridges. You can see you've got lumpy bits at the top and bottom. At this point, we do an 1/8 turn, and then like this.
Remember not to roll the edges as well.
If you roll right to the top and to the bottom, you run the risk, it doesn't always happen, but you run the risk of the edges cracking. By just doing it part way and rotating, you get a nice even round edge. Now, on the side here, I've got my pair of fondant chopsticks, right? And these allow us to make sure that we have a nice even thickness.
They're actually, I don't know what they're called, thickness measurers.
Yes. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And the cake we've made is an 8-inch cake. So we need to have a disc of fondant icing, which is a minimum of 36 centimetres. And we need it to be round. So we've got it to this point. We keep it this way, so we roll it. And we put our measures either side. And you put your rolling pin across them. And it means then that you have a nice, even thickness. No thick points. Right, lovely. If you
can go all the way to the end.
That's right, good. All right, so our fondant is rolled. We've retrieved our cake from the fridge and we've put it onto our turntable. And we now present the fondant to the cake. So we're going to roll it onto the rolling pin.
Tell me where I should put it.
Right, just start there and roll it over the cake now. Okay, good.
And pop.
Action. Good, so the fondant now has been presented to the cake. We've got a nice flat surface on the top. And we now need to very gently,
using this bit of your hand,
only
go like this. Not your fingers, because then you make finger marks.
Right.
Oh, and if you get these, you have to split it and then you go up.
Yeah.
And don't go down, go up.
Yeah, never down, because then that pulls the fondant downwards and you run the risk of it splitting on the corner.
And remember, if you have these, open them, because then you'll have these creases in your cake. And you don't want creases.
There's another one, look.
Here. So then you open it, drop it, make sure that it's going to be okay.
Another one, look.
Here.
Gently, gently. All right.
And there we go.
Lovely. All right. Mm-hmm. Now we've gone round once. Now a second time, and really into the corner, yeah? And what you can do is if you lift it with your other hand and then push it in like that, yeah? So go and push it. So to make this easy now, we can take excess. So hold it there.
Now you cut it, I'll pull it off.
Right. Right, and this will allow us then to really work the fondant into the edge of the cake where it meets the board. Right.
There you go.
Right, so obviously you still need to lift it up a little way, and then, right, just work that right in like that, yeah?
Remember to use this bit of your hand.
Right, good. That's looking good. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, and then again, just using your little finger like that, yeah? Push, 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 push. Okay, so now we need to cut the excess off. Right, and the best thing to do that with is a pizza wheel.
Pizza cutter.
Right, We have a problem, obviously, because we've got these bits either side, and if we do it
Pivots,
next to the cake,
stop.
the axle or
And
whatever.
it will rip.
Yes, so we need to at an angle.
45
Yeah,
degree.
thereabouts, so that the edge meets the board just outside the cake like that. And just take your time. This is not something you can rush, and a mistake at this point will be really quite upsetting. So just be careful.
Is it alright if I cut it a bit longer than it should be?
No,
and
it's
then
fine.
Go
Absolutely
the
fine.
second
Yeah,
time.
it's fine, because we can then, that's right, because we can take that away. Right, and now, just
Do that again.
work it with your fingers a little bit, yeah, like that. I think really you've nailed it first time. Well done.
That is beautiful.
All right, it is. What we need to do now is to finish smoothing the surface. So we got a cake smoother, right? And it's literally just working this now slowly around in.
Fondant smoother.
Yeah, cake smoother.
Cake smoother.
Right, and not too much pressure and not too much, otherwise it dries it. So it's on the top and then it's around the edges like that.
Okay.
All right, go for it. It's a nice feeling, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. If you do the top edge, do be careful that you don't put too much pressure on, because otherwise you will go through the fondant and the edge of the cake will come out. So do be careful. Okay, so we've fondanted the cake, we've smoothed it, we've got our decorations, and we're now going to build the finished article.
Yeah.
Which I have to say I'm really excited about.
Yes.
So if we run
you
some
write it on.
leaves in a sort of acanthus type pattern around here and around here, and we can build the flowers up the edge, and then we can do the top decoration then. All right? It's better to put the glue on the back of the leaf like this. Lovely. And then once that is done, and you put some glue on it, then use that to hold the leaf in place like that. All right? It's the best way. Okay, so if you get one more leaf there, and then we'll start and build our flowers up, and then we can build them up a bit like a brick wall. All right? Because this enables us to start and use the flowers to support each other. Okay, that looks good. So let's paint the back with some glue. And this is going to be the beginning.
Of the middle.
Yeah, and do this.
Okay.
And we can just build them round in a nice little sort of cascade and bring them closer to the edge. And then what we can do after that is that we can then put 2 or 3 green leaves around.
It's amazing.
It's good.
I haven't done the final bit though.
What's the final bit?
Close your eyes.
Ah, I think that's lovely. Those little fresh flowers as well just give the extra height. It's good. It's really good.
Awesome.
Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I want to taste it.
The perfect Mother's Day gift. No mother will be ungrateful. She will be just delighted to receive something like this. Happy Mother's Day.